What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Shabby Shambles here. We are in a little bit of a different setup, a little bit of a different arrangement. The background behind me is different than it normally is. You can probably see my face a lot better. I don't know if you want to see my face a lot better, but you can. Um, so that's good. Yeah, we moved the desk out to my living room, and I'm gonna broadcast from here. From now on, I'm really excited about that. We have some more changes on the way, but this is Friday, and that means the market recap. How did we do this week? Well, we got the FTX scandal still going, still uncovering stuff. We got allegations that Twitter is being destroyed from within by Elon Musk. But amid all that, the markets were pretty flat. We got to talk about Nvidia's fall, about 6% this week. I called it, folks. I did call it. Y'all had best listen to me. I'm trying to guide you in the right direction. But we're gonna dig into it. Stay tuned. So the markets were pretty flat this week. The Dow Jones didn't move much. The S&P didn't move much. The Nasdaq was down a little bit more than both of those, but nothing too much to worry about. But there are some news stories coming out. But first I want to talk about Nvidia. Did I say it? Did I call it? Yes, I did. I think I did. I told you that they would get slaughtered this earnings call. And they haven't hemorrhaged as much value as they're going to in the coming weeks, if you ask me. But we're seeing them have a losing week for the first time in a long time. And I expect that to keep going until their price normalizes. They are wildly overvalued, as I've said time and time again, and as I've said time and time again. Now onto this Elon Musk Twitter business, onto this FTX Sam Bankman-Fried business. There's really not too much to report with the FTX stuff. Not a lot has changed. It's still bad. It's still not great. We still don't know how far it goes. But the markets are not seeming to react too much. At least past the initial shock in the crypto space, there hasn't been too much movement. There hasn't been too much of a reaction from the markets, which is good. It's a good sign that there is drama happening in the media space, in the market coverage space, but the prices of things are starting to stabilize. They're starting to come back to their fundamentals. They're starting to come back to their to being traded around their fair market value. And I think that we're in a good way, and this is an encouraging sign. Now, there has been some news out of Twitter headquarters. Elon Musk has laid off some employees, and there is talk that he has laid off the wrong how do I want to say this? Essential employees. See, there we go. He's laid off some essential employees. There are talks that he might have laid off whole teams. He might have cut Twitter down at the knees. But for those of you who study history, for those of you who study the history of the markets, you might know that the 1980s were also a time of this sort of corporate takeovers and sweeping employment cuts and essentially companies being optimized by these big sort of whales that swam in the water. And they would come in there and they would gut the company, and the company would start doing better because it wasn't spending as much on administrative costs and it wasn't spending as much on non-essential workers. And that seems to be the market that we are heading towards right now. And that market was not bad for investors, although it was not a good time to be a middle management employee, that is for sure. And I don't think right now the middle management at Meta, the middle management at Twitter, the middle management at Amazon is not feeling great. Um, if I had to guess, but it was a good time to be an investor. It was a good time to be in the stock market. Um, so one man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's destruction is another man's gain. And my heart goes out to him. But I'm glad to be where I am for sure. Um, the allegations are, interestingly enough, coming out of the Jeff Bezos owned Washington Post, at least the ones that I saw. So there's a part of my mind, a conspiratorial part of my mind, that is like, oh, is this Jeff Bezos trying to sink Elon Musk in the media? Or is he trying to start this rumor mill to get Twitter to tank because he wants to destroy Elon Musk? And I don't know if that's what's going on, but it certainly is interesting, to say the least, to see it coming out of the Washington Post. Other places have also picked it up. The New York Times, certainly, and all of that. But it is interesting to see the Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos, who is probably a competitive guy and probably competitive towards Elon. Making these allegations. But that's all from me this week. There was not a ton going on. The Nvidia earnings drop did come to light, although not as much as I expected to in coming weeks. FTX is still going, but it doesn't seem to have that broad applications. The Elon Musk Twitter business, we're gonna see as that goes on. I think that's a lot of hype and not a lot of substance, though. I do expect, in a week or two, as news stories come out, as people get tired of hearing about Elon and Twitter, these stories are going to go away, and we'll find Twitter to be back to normal, at least. But I think it's going to be better than ever. Elon Musk is a competent manager, and I got there's a lot that can be said about him, certainly. But in terms of his managerial skills, in terms of his proven track record to build businesses, it's hard to beat him. It's hard to beat him. So until next time, guys, remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you tuning in, and I've been Chad. We'll take care.